All right, we're back after a long time. Oh man, I was there's a lot of rain while we were gone, but we're here now to watch Coco. This is going to be interesting because she's not got any strapping on her arm, Gauff. She seems like there isn't any issue, but we're going to watch and see because yeah, she did have that arm issue at Indian Wells. It was a bit of a weird. She didn't know what it was. That's why she retired. She doesn't retire matches, Gauff. She only has retired once before that in her career. So yeah, she doesn't quit mid-match unless it's something serious. So she obviously thought it was serious enough to at least get it checked and hope that it's nothing. It could be, especially when she hasn't had that before. The winner of this place, Parks, though. By the way, Cocciaretto did beat Seminastea in the first round, but also Gauff has played Cocciaretto earlier this year and lost. So this is a tough match for Gauff. We really are going to get going. I mean, this is a I don't know what they're going to do for the next match. The night session is going to start way later because this could go 3 sets easily. Night session is going to suck. Yeah, the night session is going to be rough. Luckily Alcaraz versus Fonseca's on first because it might start at 10 p.m. Poor Raducanu is going to have to play at like 3 in the morning. So brutal, man. We got Sabalenka after this. I don't know. I reckon they might. No, you can't move Sabalenka because the center court's waited so long for their money's worth. You can't change it, can you? Is that allowed? Are you allowed to? I don't think they will. The night session's going to start so late, though. But we'll see. Andreeva played so late yesterday. I feel bad for them. Yeah. That was more. That was not really a. What do you call it? That wasn't really because of the rain, though. This is like, yeah, everything's been pushed back way later because of the rain. Kwame is rocking. Is he? How's he doing? Is he playing right now? Oh, he's got to play today, right? By the way, Draper and Opelka are playing right now. We're kind of fortunate because Rude went down to Quinn in straight sets, and it looked like Rude was going to take it to a third, and we're going to be like another hour delayed. So we're kind of lucky that we didn't go. That didn't go 3. Otherwise, could have been a real problem. Towson, unfortunately, forced to retire. What? What happened? That's not good. Any idea about Towson retire? I don't know. I haven't watched it. I just saw that then. 7-set points for Quinn saved as well. Yeah, I know, right? When I saw that, I'm like, look, I love Casper Ruud, but man, I was not mad that match finished in straights. What happened? I don't know what happened to Towson. I'm not sure what she was dealing with. Did anybody see what's up? Cocciaretto was ranked 44. Yeah, she is tough. And they played a couple of weeks ago. I think they played in. Did they play in Doha? Cocciaretto beat her in Doha, right? Coco's trying out a hat. Why would you be wearing a hat? It's not even sunny. Coco's not wearing a hat, is she? Oh, she's wearing a. She is wearing a hat. That is interesting. Hey, look, new hat, new serve. That's what they say. At least that's what I say. I just said it right now. Who do I think will win? I think Coco will win in 3. Cocciaretto on the toss and elected to receive, which is not a surprise. Yeah, Coco's wearing a hat. That is new. Interesting. The sun is not shining on the court, so that is an interesting choice. Kind of reminds me when Sabalenka wore that black hat a couple of years ago. The rain sure messes up a person's day. Tell me about it. Try waking up at try waking up at midnight and then sitting around all day. That's always fun. All right. But we're watching tennis now, and that is the best part. Love 15, Coco makes an error on the first point. Love 15. Who's winning this one, chat? No TV possibility for me on vacation, but Cam's comes through with the matches. No worries. Karma, that's what we're here for. We're here to watch the matches. As we're going to find out from Cocciaretto, the slice of Gauff. Cocciaretto slice backhand to the backhand of Gauff. Cocciaretto gets it on the stretch, but hits it long. 15-0. As that goes the net by Cocciaretto, 30-15. Bergs' match is cancelled for the day. Who was he supposed to play? All right, 30-15. Hopefully Coco's healed a fast injury. Well, yeah. So the thing is, I think she said this, that the Coco, she hits a forehand down the line to the backhand of Cocciaretto. Coco backhand again, the backhand of Cocciaretto. It's Coco forehand, inside out. It's a good shot. Slice goes in from Cocciaretto, and then Coco forehand winner, and it's 40-15. She did say that in an interview, pre-tournament interview in Miami, she said that, the injury is not like it's getting better. She didn't play for a couple of days after retiring, and look, she's not getting any strapping on her arm, so that's a good sign. But she said that it was sort of like she doesn't retire very often, so retiring is not something she does. But it seems like it must be okay. So it can't be as serious as maybe she first thought. Backhand passing shot's good, but Coco went with the volley, but then kicked the ball into the crowd. 40-30. That was like a glitch. What the hell just happened? But yeah, and I can't blame you can't blame Coco for pulling out of that match because what happened? Oh, okay, she hit the ball twice. She went to hit it twice. Yeah, look, if she's got like if her arm hurts in a way and it was getting worse throughout the match because she said she hurt it early in the Eala match, as Gauff puts away the smash and it's 1-love. Totally understandable that she would withdraw from that match to make sure that it didn't get worse and that it wasn't something serious, because it could be anything. Like, it might be a random arm injury, but then it could be muscle, it could be tendon, it could be bone. Like, it could be a lot of things that she doesn't even, if she's saying it's getting worse, that was scary that she didn't know what it was. And the doctors didn't really know either. They just kind of wrapped it up. So, totally understandable. And it looks like it's not anything super serious, which is good. But yeah, I can understand why Coco retired, and she doesn't retire anyway. Like, she's not like just someone who, my arm hurts, I'm not playing anymore. Like, she doesn't retire, so it's not it's not something she does lightly, right? It's not something that she just decides when she's a bit under duress that she just like ditches, But it seems like it doesn't seem like she's dealing with anything at the moment, so that's good. All right, One Love Golf. As with a forehand out of the backhand of Cocciaretto. Forehand from Gauff. Forehand of Cocciaretto off the line to the backhand of Gauff. Cocciaretto forehand again. Into the forehand of Gauff. To the Cocciaretto backhand. It goes off the tape. Gauff comes down with a slice. Lob from Cocciaretto is good. Gauff with a nice volley. Cocciaretto with the forehand. Gauff gets it back. Backhand Cocciaretto's a winner though. Too good. 15 love. Remember these two played a couple weeks ago and it was a big upset. Why did Townsend retire? I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything. It's raining again. Is it? Not in my house. All right, 15 love. But yeah, still got so much tennis to go. It did rain when we were gone for a little bit, but man, they're going to be real hard pressed to finish these matches today. I bet the crowds are electric for Coco. I got to be honest, there's not that many people there yet. I reckon it might be a situation where people didn't want to go because they're scared it's going to rain. All right, as Cocciaretto hits a fault, 30 love. Like I haven't seen an overview of the crowd though, so when I see an overhead shot of the crowd, I'll give you a crowd update. It is Friday. What time is it in Miami right now? Who do I have winning? I've got Gauff in 3. As the forehand goes long by Cocciaretto, 30-15. 5 o'clock? Okay, maybe there'll be more people. All right, 30-15. By the way, chat, I've got a great idea. And I want you to hear me out. All right? I'm coming to the table with an idea. And I want you to hear me out. You don't have to, it might be a bad idea. But it's an idea. As we're back in now from Cocciaretto, the forehand of Gauff. Into the forehand of Cocciaretto. Gauff with the forehand goes long. And it's 40-15. Cocciaretto to get on the board here. No Eala, no Fonseca yet. Equals no crowd. So I have an idea. You don't have. It might be a bad idea, but I'm gonna put it out there. All right. Cocciaretto holds 1-0. Okay. Here's my idea. Should every tournament, I'm talking Grand Slams, I'm talking 1,000, I'm talking everything. Should their main courts, and I know this is going to maybe be a financial loss, but should they have a section of every single part of the stadium, right? Be it one of the bays, be it up the top tier, whatever, allocated to ground pass. So if you get a ground pass, you might get lucky enough to go see Alcaraz. Like they've got, and it doesn't have to be, by the way, Rory McIlroy's there. Doesn't have to be a massive amount. Maybe there's just 100 seats in the stadium. But like every event, maybe not Wimbledon, they do things differently, but like every tournament just has a section of the crowd that is ground pass only. And they've got to monitor that, right? Ground pass comes in, there's not enough seats. Sorry, you can't come in. There's too many people. But like allocate a part of the stadium, every stadium for a ground pass. Because that would eliminate a little bit of the dead atmosphere of like zero crowd. Like if ground pass, you've got a ground pass, you're going to center court if you can get in. Cam, time to wake up, no sleep for Cam. Yeah, bro, I don't know what you're doing. You're not listening. You're doing something else. I'm breaking it down. I'm giving you an idea. I'm putting out an idea of something that I just thought of, and I'm trying to get feedback. And you're out here going sleep, blah blah blah. You're talking about what are you doing, man? You need to lock in. You need to lock in. Yes, yes, no. Yes, I'm for it. A section for the real fans. Well, not even real fans, but like just because you know that like if you get a like that section's got to fill up. Like there is going to be no seats available for that ground pass section, right? But like every bigger stadium, just to avoid having like an empty stadium, because even if the stadium, if you can get a ground pass and you can go on center court to watch Casper Ruud in the last match, there's going to be people sitting there. Like no matter what, there's going to be a rotating amount. And obviously, it's not your seat. You can sit there all day if you want. But if you move, then you give up your chair, right? You can't save your seat, right? If you leave, you lose your chair. But I feel like it would just it would just eliminate that like empty feeling when there's no one in the stadium, because you know the people walking around outside going, I'd go on center court if I could get in. Good idea. Empty seats don't look good. Yeah, I mean, it would at least give like for the tournament, for the matches that don't have any, like have like no fan, like you got like a couple of people there. I don't know. Look, I don't know. I haven't thought about the logistics of it all, but if there was a section in every single stadium that was allocated for ground pass. Now, of course, that means you're going to give up, let's say 100 seats or whatever, 100 seats for, or 50 seats, whatever it is. 100 seats for, you're going to lose money because the ground pass is going to be paid, but then they get to sit in a free seat, right? It's basically a free seat. And the tournaments are not going to do it ever because, Indian Wells did the opposite where they were like, oh yeah, those ground pass seats? Yeah, we're going to sell those tickets now. And it completely ruined court 2. And hopefully they go back to what they did. It's going to be definitely going to be it's going to cut revenue down a little bit, but it's going to increase atmosphere. It's going to increase participation in the crowd. It's going to increase vibes. It's going to increase, maybe increasing ground pass. Maybe more people go because they know, oh, well, maybe I can get on center court. Like it might actually, give people more of a shot of going to the tennis with a shot of going to see Alcaraz on center court because there's a ground pass section. I don't know. I haven't thought of it fully, and of course they'll never do it. But it's just something that I'm like, oh, maybe that's maybe that's something they could try, and maybe that would help with those matches that don't feel like they should have more of a crowd. And it would kind of eliminate some empty seats. Not all of them. It'd still be empty, but as Cocciaretto hits it wide instead of 15. I don't know. Greg's, you should be a tournament director. But you bring up some points, but also like money is ruining everything. Like money, like why? Like okay, oh we lose revenue. It's like okay, you still make money though, right? It's not like you lose money on the tournament if you give a couple of seats away, right? So like, I don't know. All right, let's just sell every seat in every stadium and then, hope that people buy them and charge a lot of money for them. Oh, nobody showed up? Oh. Well, at least, they bought the seat. Like, I don't know. I feel like it kind of and it feels like less and less people are going to start going to events. The more they get, the more expensive they get, especially right now for reasons that I'm not going to get into. 30 ult. Why reward the drunks that spend money on beverages instead of tickets? Well, I don't think that's the case. You wouldn't let drunk people in. Backhand rally. As that goes the net by Cocciaretto, 30-40. No, Cam, we must have infinite growth and profits. It is the only sustainable way forward. That was sarcastic, right? Please say you're being sarcastic. 30-40. Paul's got an MTO? Damn. All right, we'll keep an eye on that. All right, 30-40. Break point for Coco. As Cocciaretto hits a fault. Second serve. Second serve. You were sarcastic? Okay, good. But holy shit. That got dark. Anyways, 4-4 rally. As Coco off the tape hits a drop shot. Cocciaretto gets with the pass. Coco volleys. Cocciaretto volleys it for a winner. And we get to deuce. All right, we get to deuce. Offer a ground pass plus ticket and give them a pager when seats are available on court 1. I mean, that could be something, yeah. I mean, don't give them a pager. You could literally just have an app. Like, okay, well, you're a ground pass plus, and you pay an extra whatever, $10, and you get put on the list. And if you, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like when I went to Disneyland Tokyo, they had like a similar thing where it's like you could look on the app, and it would show you how long the wait was for certain rides. You could do that with ground pass tickets for center court. You could do that. You could be like, okay, is there any seats available on court 1? Oh, there are some seats. Oh, okay, well maybe I'll go and try and sit on center court because there's some empty chairs for ground pass plus holders. That could work. But again, they'll never do it. I mean, I'll tell you why they won't do it, because it benefits the fans, and the fans are trash. Advantage cough. Trash. Chat. We are the fans we're a liability. We're a pain in the ass. We are the least important part of the tournament. And they'll never do anything to benefit us because we don't deserve it, chat. Frankly, we are a waste of time. If we're there or not, I mean, COVID proved that. They played in front of empty stadiums and look what happened. Nothing. They just played. We are scum of the earth, chat. Backhand goes into the front of Gauff. Gauff in the net and deuce. Chat, we are just a walking dollar sign. All right? If we ain't buying shit, what are we doing? We're wasting everybody's time. Yeah, they literally put cardboard cutouts and that was free. Chat, the day they figure out how to put AI... by the way, in the future, they're not going to need to fill the stadium because they're going to just broadcast fake crowds. And we won't know the difference. Like, that's going to happen, right? Like, we're going to be like, wow, the Coco Gauff match, this is a packed stadium at 11 a.m. in the morning on a Thursday in Doha. Well, holy shit, there's so many people there. That's just going to be just a fake crowd. Like, it's going to happen. They're just going to do that. And we're not going to know the difference. We're going to be like, whoa, it is popular. That's crazy. Look how many people are there. It's insane. And in the stadium, it's going to be like 3 people. If you go to the event, it's going to be dead quiet. Oh, there's no one here. It's going to be a thing. Somebody's going to do it. Yeah, it'll feel good. It'll be cool to watch on TV, but it'll be terrible, like, to go in person. But still. But yeah, I think it's a good idea personally. If they, it would give the ground pass, an extra. It gives that some more value as well. Anyways, Cocciaretto holds and it's 2-0. The sport wouldn't operate without fans. Okay. All right, Coco, 15 love. By the way, when I say they don't care about the fans, I'm saying that they don't care about, like, it's not, like, we're not a priority in person. Like, okay, yeah, buying tickets and going, like, yeah, okay, that might have an effect, but, I mean, again, they went through COVID without us. 2020 and 2021, there was a lot of fanless events, and everything's ran fine. They lost money, but they still ran. They didn't run under loss, I don't think. I don't think any of the tournaments were like, oh yeah, we lost money on this one. They probably just didn't make as much, but I don't think... Like, our voice never gets heard. Like, whenever we have, like, we're like, oh, the schedule, maybe it is a bit too crazy. Shut up. Even the players don't get hurt. I mean, so we got no hope. We're going to do it this way, and you're going to like it. And you're going to pay for it. And if you don't like it, you can shut up. We don't want to hear your complaints. 40 love. Ticket prices are triple this year. I don't like that. Shut up. It's not up to you. All right, 40 love. There's a backhand rally. Gauff goes in the backhand of Cocciaretto. Forehand from Gauff. There's Cocciaretto backhand. Goes long. 3-2 Gauff. Gauff is starting off very strong. But you are right. They definitely do need the revenue for the tickets. But, I mean, look, and again, I'm not saying... Let's go the other way for a bit. Let's be a bit more positive. If you want to go see Coco Gauff, she's your favorite player, hell yeah, go see her. It's like going to see a band or going to go see anything that you have to pay to see in person. 100% worth. Like, even if you had to pay $200, if you get to see your favorite player in the flesh, in real life, hell yeah, do it. That's a once-in-a-lifetime chance, maybe. And you're like, yeah, I saw my favorite player. Like, that's 100% do it. You wouldn't. There's no price you would put on that. Like, I don't even remember how much I paid to go see Leighton Hewitt in person play that match against Del Bandian back in the day, because it didn't matter to me. It doesn't matter. I don't give a shit. I don't think I paid like $300, but I probably paid at least $100, if not more. Totally worth it. I sat in the nosebleeds, but so worth it to see my favorite player play a 5-set epic. Totally worth it. So yeah. So no matter what, like, if you want to go to the US Open for the first time, or you want to see Alcaraz, or you want to see whoever, you would pay. If you want to do it that badly, you pay whatever you want. Definitely worth. All right, 3-2 Gauff. How much would I have paid to see Rafa? I don't know, Jeb. What? I don't know. A lot? I don't know. All right. 15 love. As we're served on the tee, the forehand of Gauff. Returning goes back into Cocciaretto. Gauff backhand up the line. Cocciaretto slices it back. As Gauff forehand goes back into Cocciaretto. Lob goes up. Gauff with the smash is a winner. 15-all. It would be nice shouting across to a player, please win this set, please, until I got their attention. Yeah, you should stay home. I mean, you did that in the chat, and it's really annoying. So you should not do that in real life. That's one of those situations where you're like, you shouldn't do that. Maybe your family are too nice to say, but that's bad. You need to be better. Like, come on now. That's annoying. You're being annoying. If you're like, notice me, notice me, and I spat on my hand, and that was gross. Notice me. That's really annoying. And maybe everyone around you is too nice to say it, but it's annoying. Stop doing it. And definitely don't do it to a tennis player. That is really annoying. By the way, you'll get in trouble if you do that, so don't do it. Definitely don't do it. Don't do it in real life, or in the chat anymore. Notice me. All right, 30-15. There's a bit of forehand now from Gauff into the forehand of Cocciaretto. Gauff forehand again, the forehand of Cocciaretto again, the forehand of Gauff. Gauff misses, and it's 40-15. 40-15. Draper lost the first. Ooh. $6,000 for Laver Cup tickets. I paid about $100 to see Murray versus Federer Tour finals. Nice, good work. As we return out of the forehand of Cocciaretto, backing it from Gauff. Into the slice of Cocciaretto. Gauff wins a point, 40-30. It sounds weird now that you brought it up. Well, yeah, I mean, sometimes you just got to hear what you sound like. Like if somebody goes, this is how you sound when you stream. Blah! I'll go, oh, am I really that annoying? Yes, I am. And I know it. And I'm not fucking changing. 40-30. I will not. I will never change. Ever. 3-0. Blinkova losing for 6-love was a blunder. Yeah, but also Boca's pretty damn good, though. All right. 3-0. As the backhand goes up the line to the forehand of Gauff, into the forehand of Cocciaretto. Gauff with the forehand again. To the forehand of Cocciaretto. Into the forehand of Gauff. Cocciaretto just going forehand to forehand at the moment. Just forehand to forehand. Just going cross court, and then Gauff hits in the net eventually. Love 15. Love 15. As Gauff serves again. And Cocciaretto hits a return wide, and it's for 15-0. By the way, to the guy calling me Cameron, can you stop? That's not even my name. So I would appreciate it if you stop calling me by a false name. Appreciate it. I don't come in here and call you Frank. All right, 15-0 as that goes into the backhand of Cocciaretto. 4 now up the line by Gauff. Cocciaretto backhand in the net. 30-15. We're going to give Coco a name, a nickname with a hat. It's very hard to give her name a nickname. I thought Cam was shortened name. No. 30-15. Serving to the backhand of Cocciaretto, and then Gauff puts a forehand long. 30-0. 30-0. Paolini's in trouble. Did Paolini win the first set? By the way, so much tennis being played right now. Oh, Paolini did win the first. Okay. Mukera's in trouble. Ooh. And Tommy Paul's in trouble too. There's a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. All right, double fault Gauff. Where's that guy that was saying double faults haven't happened? Where are you? I was waiting for that. Where are you? That's your fault. Where are you? You were spamming it. Cam, she hasn't hit a double fault. She hasn't hit a double fault. She has now. 30-40. What happened to your video? What video? 30-40. Backhand return. Into the forehand of Gauff. Cocciaretto backhand. Again to the backhand of Gauff. And Gauff in the net. There's the break. And it was a 30-0 double fault. I think that should be studied. Not studied, maybe, but just like maybe talked about more. When Coco double faults. Because we talk about how many double faults. We talk about how many times. And also the frequency. But also, I feel like we gotta start going, okay, when are the double faults? Where are the double... Not where. Who are the double... When are the double faults, right? Because I feel like if you're double faulting a deuce and 30-all, that's... You can put that down to pressure. But if you're double faulting it like 15-all or 30-love, that's a different problem. Does that make sense? Like, not all double faults are equal. They're not all made the same. Some double faults come because of different reasons, right? I feel like somebody else should do that work because I'm not doing it. I got too much. I got too much going on. I have too many matches to watch and too many videos to make, and I'm editing all this shit. Like I got too much time. I don't have enough time. If I had enough time, I'd do it. I'd be like, okay, let's talk about every single double fault that Coco Gauff's hit in her matches, and then I'd be like, well, this one happened at 30-all, and I would love to know the data on like how many times she double faults at specific points. How many times does she double fault in tie breaks? Like that's what I want to know because I reckon that is just as important as why she double faults. Is when she double faults. Does that make sense, chat? Am I talking English? Like, does everybody understand where I'm coming from? Because it definitely is a difference between 30-all double fault and a 30-love double fault or a 40-love. If you double fault a 40-love, maybe you went for a big second serve. You just wanted to, test something out. 30-all, you double fault, you can probably put that down to pressure, like she did get, and then she got broken, right? And also, how many of those double faults convert to breaks is another thing. Somebody else do this. I'm not doing it. I need somebody else to do this. I don't have time. If I had more time, if I didn't have to sleep, I would watch every single Coco Gauff match and mark down every single double fault at what moments. And I would do that. But I'm not going to do that because I can't do that. But right now, because I reckon you would come up with some interesting information. I'll do that in Summer Trust. Okay, thank you. Send me what you find. Send me your findings. Chat, that would be a great thesis on some. I don't know what you'd be studying to do that, but maybe just studying whatever you want, and then you're just like, I'm gonna do my thesis on Coco double faults. I don't know. Maybe you're doing like biometrics. You're getting a PhD in something like that. I don't know. There's your thing. Oh, hang on. Wait, the Sabalenka match has been cancelled. Oh, it's been moved. Sabalenka's match has been moved. What else has been cancelled? So wait, hang on. Wait, is Osaka Gibson cancelled? Dutchy, Gene, what have you sent me? Do a PhD in tennis on Coco Gauff's game. Mate, I'm doing my PhD right now. I'm 8 years in. This is a PhD. I'm looking for credits. I'm just waiting for them. Don't musicians get PhDs after the fact? So after this, Alcaraz is playing. So we're not going to have. So Osaka's match got cancelled, I think, or moved to tomorrow. Because that was on my radar, but we won't watch that now. We can't watch that now because it's not on. But Sabalenka's match got moved, so we might not be able to watch Sabalenka. All right, 30-all. Alcaraz is on straight after this. Updated for the schedule for the day. Yeah, Gene, I'm talking about right now. Perfect timing. Yeah. So yeah, Sabalenka's match is now going to be happening on court 3. It's been moved. It's after Bublik Berrettini, so it's probably going to be during Alcaraz. So we probably won't be able to watch Sabalenka. Now Sabalenka's playing today. Her match is just. By the way, chat. She's gone from center court, number 1 in the world, best player on the planet, defending champion, has gone from stadium to court 3. Talk about a demotion. Like, what in that? That is brutal. Maybe they just don't. I mean, look, what are they going to put her on after Alcaraz? Maybe they should. Maybe they should move her back in her versus putting Saver. Maybe. Like Sabalenka's. Unless Sabalenka didn't want to play at night. But that's a. I mean, look, it's not the tournament's fault. It rained. But that's tough. That's a tough one. And I reckon it's because Sabalenka didn't want to play after Alcaraz. They probably gave her the option and went, hey, do you want to play on center court but after Alcaraz? Because we're not going to be able to move that match because we've kind of locked it in. And she was probably like, nah, I don't want to play that late. It's too late. So it's probably up to her. Like she probably said, yeah, I'll play. I want to play today, not at night or not like late. But still, I mean, going from center court as the defending champ world number 1, you're playing on court 3. You never get scheduled on court 3 if you're the number 1, ever. Anyways, Coco with a good return. Advantage Gauff to get back on serve. Yeah, she got. I think it's probably her. She probably wanted it too. I don't think it's just the tournament being like, I'm sorry, you only won this tournament once, so you have to leave. All right, breakpoint. Gauff return goes in, but it was a fault from Cocciaretto. Second serve. Second serve. As the return goes into the backhand of Cocciaretto. Gauff with the backhand to the backhand of Cocciaretto. Up the line to the front of Gauff. Cocciaretto backhand again. Cross court's too good. And Gauff hits it wide and we get back to deuce. Tennis Channel, there are supposed to be 50 matches today due to rain. Yeah, it's been a brutal start to this tournament. Mertens won a straight sets. Court 3 is free now. No, it's not. Mertens is the second match. They've still got Penko and then Svitolina after that. Court 3 is not free. I'm talking about the stadium 3. I'm not court number 3. Sorry, these things are so annoying. Why do we just call things like 1, 2, 3, 4 in a? Why are we doing like court 1 and center court and grandstand and court 2 and court 7? Sorry, not court. Okay, god damn it. So court 3 is not the same as what I'm saying. Buchholz Court. Tough name. Butch Arena. I know that's a legend of tennis, and I respect that, but also, like, yeah, I'm talking about Stadium Court 3. The one that I can't pronounce. Not court number 3. But anyways, court number 3 still got matches coming. Anyways. Out of advantage, Cocciaretto. As that goes out by Coco, and Cocciaretto holds. 5-3. 5-3. By the way, it's going to rain next week as well. So get an umbrella. Oh, that's the party court where Sabalenka's playing. Oh, that might actually be fun then. She might love that. 5-3. As Gauff, it's a backhand winner. Lovely shot. 15 love. By the way, what's wrong with Coco's game right now? Lately, she just hasn't been the same this year. I want to see if that's actually true. Not to prove you wrong or do anything. Like I just want to make sure because is that true? I can't remember her being better this time last year. Like at this point in the season last year, Miami last year, was she playing better or worse than she is? Like, did she have better or worse results? Because that's a better, like, I mean, I don't know. It's easy to say because I forgot. Maybe she was playing much better, but did she have a better start to last year? I know I don't know. Did she? So Coco at the start of last year. Oh, she won the United Cup, so that's better. She didn't. Anyway, it's 15-30. Yeah, I'm going to do a comparison just to see. For my own benefit, really. She's kind of on par to last year. The only difference is that she won the United Cup with Team USA last year. And made the quarters of the Australian Open. But since then, I mean, she didn't do great in the Middle East. She lost in the 4th round of Indian Wells, 4th round of Miami. She lost to Lynette and Bencic, which at the time Bencic was unseeded. This year she made the quarters of Australia again. She lost in the United Cup, but that wasn't because of her. The team lost. She made the semis of Dubai, which is not a bad result. She lost to Cocciaretto in Doha, and she lost to Eala with a retirement. I think she's doing better this year than last year. Based on those results. I'll name the names of who she lost to last year compared to this year. I think it's better this year. As that goes out by Gauff, and it's 30-40. By the way, she lost to Svitolina twice, and she's lost to Cocciaretto once already. And this is if she loses this one, she lost to the same players a couple of times. That's just a bad draw in my guesstimation. I think she had a better start to 2024 though. Definitely was better in 24. Not the show. That's a great show though. Back in the net by Cocciaretto. Like when she started 2024, it felt like she had a much better start. Yeah, 2024, she was 18 wins, 5 losses. At the moment, she's 11 wins, 5 losses. Last year, at this point, she was 13 wins, 5 losses. So she had and she won a tournament in Auckland. She made the semis of Australia. She made the quarters of Dubai. She made the semis of Indian Wells in 2024. Like 2024, she had a much better start to the year than this year and last year. But yeah, I don't think I think that she's having a better start than last year. I think this has been a better start to the year than last year. And you know what the big difference was? She played Auckland and not Indian, and not. She played Auckland and not United Cup in those other previous matchups, previous seasons, and maybe that's the better for her confidence. Double fault back to Deuce. Yeah, Coco made the semis of Dubai, quarters of Dubai. So semis of Dubai this year. Yeah. She beat Eala and then made the semis. Lost to Svitolina in 3. All right, so a lot of matches have been cancelled. All right. We get to Deuce. As we get a double fault from Coco again. Advantage, Cocciaretto. All right. Advantage, Cocciaretto to take the first set. So in the front of Cocciaretto, return goes into the front of Gauff. As Cocciaretto forehand to the back and a Gauff. Into the front of Cocciaretto. Gauff with a slice. Drop shot. Cocciaretto gets it. Gauff with the volley goes wide. There's the first set. As Cocciaretto says Forza and gets the first set. So last year, she definitely started off. I mean, because of Team USA, she won the United Cup. She made the quarters of Australian Open, lost to Badosa. Then she lost 3 matches in a row. She lost to Badosa in Australia. She lost to Kostyuk in Doha, and then she lost in Dubai to Kessler. As we look at the stats, 7 winners, 17 errors for Gauff. So it's not the double faults, it's those unforced errors. 5 winners and 7 errors from Cocciaretto. And then last year in Indian Wells, she lost to Bencic, and then here she lost to Lynette. And she started the year off 13 wins, 5 losses, and the United Cup in her pocket. This year, she's 11 wins, 5 losses before this tournament. So, again, almost on par. She's lost a match in the United Cup. She made the quarters of Australia again, lost to Svitolina. She lost in the first round to Cocciaretto in Doha. She lost to Svitolina again in Dubai, and then she lost to Eala in Indian Wells. And I say lost because it was a retirement. You know, it counts as a loss, but it's also a retirement, right? So, I mean, you take that maybe a half loss, right? If she loses to Cocciaretto again, she's lost 6 matches, 4 of those to 2 different players. And one of those was a retirement. The only loss she's had that was kind of out of the pocket was against Monero. That was like super random. She has beaten only one top 20 player. Sorry, she's beaten 2 top 20 players, Swiatek and Mukova. Last year, this time, she had beaten Swiatek and Vekic, who were top 20, and lost to Badosa, who was top 20. So maybe it's the same as last year. Maybe it's not better or worse. Maybe it's the same. Worse win-loss if she loses this match, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, that Indian Wells retirement to Eala, that one stands out. But like last year, she went on a 3-match losing streak. She hasn't had a 3-match losing streak. She's had a couple of losses and then wins a bunch of matches. And then a couple of losses, wins a bunch of matches. So I don't know. I don't think it's worse than last year. I think it's probably either on par with last year, or it's depending on this match. If she wins this, it might be slightly better this year. But even then, maybe not that much better. By the way, Coco's arm is fine. Like, she has not got bandages. She isn't wearing a sleeve. We can't say that she's losing this match because her arm hurts, because her arm looks fine. She's not stretching it. She's not looking any different than she did before she got injured. It might be sore, but she's not showing any signs of it affecting her today. All right. 30 love. As with a backhand now from Cocciaretto into the backhand of Gauff. Gauff hits it out. 40 love. By the way, chat, this might just come down to a confidence thing for both players here, because they did play in Doha and it was a great win by Cocciaretto. She might just be like, yeah, I can beat you twice. And Coco might be like, oh shit, I lost to this lady before. Like, this is dangerous. Like, again, Coco might be, might just be a little bit nervous in this matchup. Backhand return into the backhand of Cocciaretto. Gauff with the backhand up the line. Cocciaretto forehand into the backhand of Gauff. Cocciaretto slice in the net. 40-15. The coach helping her with her serve has only made things worse. She was not this bad. Okay. TC commentators say the same thing as you. Just said that Coco just said about Coco they think they're spying on you. What do they say about Coco? 40-15. They're the producer in the year. Yeah, talk about the arm. No, I'm just saying things that obviously it's very generic and that are just kind of obvious. Maybe. All right, 40-30. Return gets the forehand to Cocciaretto. Forehand from Gauff. Into the forehand to Cocciaretto. Gauff with the forehand up the middle. Cocciaretto gets the backhand off the tape. Oh, she gets lucky again. That's like at least 3 or 4 lucky shots. But Cocciaretto will take the luck. 1 love in the second. Yeah, look, I'm always going to defend coaches as much as I can. I don't think Brian McMillan has not helped, but the double faults are not worse. They are just not better. I do not think that Coco's brain is pliable to change right now. Yeah, so I feel like, you know what? It kind of feels like Brian McMillan is almost a victim of his own success. And I'll tell you what I mean. So he jumps onto the Sabalenka serve, which was, before he jumped on, was double fault central, right? She was the biggest double fault in the world. She double fault all the time. Double fault queen, she called herself, right? He comes on, and almost instantly, her serve gets better, right? Because of that, I think a lot of people think that it's going to do the exact same thing's going to happen. He's going to come onto the team, and it's going to magically change straight away, right? And I think that's why people are like, well, the coach isn't working because blah, blah, blah. It's not going to take... the way that Sabalenka adapted to that change so quickly was crazy. That doesn't happen. That he comes on and then one off season later, she's one of the best servers in the world. That is such a crazy flip. Also, they're not the same thing, right? Coco's reasons for her double faults are probably not the same as Sabalenka's, right? Not the same player. They don't have. He can't just go in and go, "Oh, you're doing the Sabalenka thing. Do this and it will change." Also, they're not the same person too. They're different personalities, different mentalities, whatever, right? You can't just be like, this will work for them. They'll work for you. It doesn't happen like that. All right, Gauff holds 1-1. Yeah, not a magical solution. Yeah, that's why I'm saying I think people think that he's like a magician, and that he came onto Sabalenka and he came onto Sabalenka's team, and Sabalenka magically improved and became the player that she was always destined to be, and the number one in the world and all that stuff. It's just not the same. It's just not working the same with Coco at the moment. Doesn't mean he's not doing a good job. It doesn't mean it's not. By the way, she's saying that in practice and everything's going great. It's just not translating onto the court, and that's not his fault. That's not him. He can't make her serve better, or he can't serve for her, right? So if Coco's saying that, yeah, all the things we're trying, I'm serving great in practice, all these things are working, I'm just not translating onto the court. How's that his fault? Like, what more can he do? If it wasn't working in practice, you'd be like, yeah, nothing's actually working. You go, okay, well, change it, right? But if it's working in practice and everything's going well, it's just not showing on the court as much. That's something that Coco's got to figure that out. She's got to translate that into the match, because he can't do that for her. He can only help her in the practice as much as he can, and she's got to be the one to execute that. It's like any coach. Here's the game plan. We've practiced it. It's working. Now it's your job to walk out there and do it in the match. It's not the coach's job. They can only do so much. It's not the physio's job. It's not the parents' job. Here's the game plan. It's working. It's working. We did it in practice. It's working great over there. You need to translate that into the match, into the pressure situations, all of that shit. So getting rid of him won't help. It won't help her make, she's not all, get rid of him, and then all of a sudden she doesn't double fault as much. It's 15-30. All right, good winner there from Coco. $15.30. Serving to the forehand of Gauff. Return goes into the backhand of Cocciaretto. Cocciaretto in the net. 15-40. 15-40. Do we know that Coco's arm's 100%? I don't think it's 100%, but it's also her left arm, so it's not going to affect most things, except for her backhand will be the biggest effect, I think. But yeah, I don't think her arm is as big of an issue as... That's not the reason she's down. She seems down. Backhand goes into the forehand of Gauff. Gauff, misses the forehand, and it's 30-40. Yeah, she said in the pre-tournament interviews that it still wasn't 100% better, but it was not as bad. It's been getting better. And she doesn't have any strapping or anything, so it must not be giving her problems. All right, 30-40. There's a bit of backhand rally. Forehand from Gauff sliced. Into the slice of Cocciaretto. Gauff with the forehand. Again to the backhand of Cocciaretto. Into the slice of Gauff. Cocciaretto forehand. Up the line. Great shot. Gauff gets it back with a lob. The Cocciaretto puts away the smash. That is a beautiful shot. Deuce. How's the forecast for the rest of the day? Hopefully no rain. I'm pretty sure it won't rain. By the way, I think that I think a lot of people get confused with just seeing scores and then seeing the double fault stat and being like, that is the reason she's losing, and not talk about the mentality of things, and not talk about, especially in this match, for example, right? Gauff lost to this lady a month ago. Cocciaretto also beat Gauff a month ago. The mentality of going into a match where you've just beaten this person or you've just lost this person, that has got to be one of the big factors of this match. We talk about matchups all the time and how like the mentality of things, it's why Swiatek losing last night was so shocking is because she was dominating Linette and all of a sudden it just went backwards, right? It went upside down. As it a forehand from Gauff into the backhand of Cocciaretto, Gauff with the backhand into the backhand of Cocciaretto and Cocciaretto on the net. Gauff gets a break, 2-1. Just looking at like her serve and then going, well, she's losing because of this. Yeah, okay, the serve is definitely not helping her as much today. But you got to remember that they've played recently. Cocciaretto's probably confident as hell. By the way, Cocciaretto's had a great year. She's just not ranked high enough to show it yet. But she's had a very good year. She didn't play Indian Wells because of injury. But Cocciaretto's been really strong this year. Really dangerous. And she just beat Coco. I feel like that's a much bigger factor than Coco is serving bad all the time now. Like, yeah, she's not serving great, but somehow Gauff still wins without serving great. But I feel like this is more about, it's a more matchup issue. Mental matchup issue. Than just like, oh, well, Coco's serving like one double fault. Oh, she double faulted once. That's the problem. I think it's more, that's just really, that's surface level, right? That's just tip of the iceberg. There's way more going on. One of those things is the matchup. Another upset. Well, Gauff just got the break, so not yet. Sabalenka's serve was a technical flaw, which triggered the mental issue of serving. Once fixed, you could rely on it, which cleared a mental hurdle. Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's definitely a part of, like, we're always, I mean, I don't know how Gauff's serve has been broken down. It's probably been broken down to hell. Like, so it's probably been broken down by every which way. But none of that really matters if you're, like, I remember when I was getting coached, if you, like, thinking about double faults, if you do a fault and you're thinking, please don't double fault, and that's what you're thinking when you're hitting a second serve, you're like, oh God, I hope I hit this in, I hope this in, oh, don't hit it in the net. You're going to do the thing that you don't want to do, right? You're going to hit the double fault. If you're thinking, oh God, I don't want to double fault, oh no, here we go again, it's happening again, you're going to like, that's terrible mentality, right? That shit's going to be bad. Whereas, I mean, and look, it's way easier said than done, right? And at the highest level, even tougher, right? A million times tougher. And then you lose confidence in your serve, and then you're like, well, I can't serve, and then you can't serve because you don't think you can, right? I mean, it's just like the mental side of it. I feel like it's such a, especially if Coco's saying that she's serving well in practice. If she's like, yeah, we're doing great in practice, you got to think that it's between the ears. And that it's not, and look, it may be like between the ears, and then she's making silly errors on like ball toss or whatever, whatever the mechanical, the mechanical part of it. But yeah, if you don't trust your serve and then you serve one double fault, you're going to be like, well, my serve sucks today, and then you're going to serve 10. Like, it's yeah. Yeah, Sabalenka's match got moved, which means we can't watch it. Because we had Alcaraz coming up next. The serve, by the way, is such a complicated technical shot. There's so many things that go into the serve. It's such a technical shot. And then it's such a mental shot too, right? Like mentality shot as well, right? As Cocciaretto hits a winner, it's 15-40. Like it's not as simple as just like do this, do that. Now, sometimes it is, but yeah, it is there is so much that goes into it. It's the only shot as well that you have full control over because you're the one who starts the point with the serve, right? You get to decide where the ball goes. You get to decide how hard you hit it. You get to decide. It's the only shot that's in your control from the start till you hit it, right? As Coco double faults, we're back on serve, which also might suck as well because then it's all on. Like you can go, oh shit, I should take advantage of this opportunity to serve. Don't want to give it away, right? The advantage of serving. And then that's pressure you put on yourself too. Like it's a nightmare. I feel like that, it's either you love serving or you hate serving. Like I love serving because I love putting myself under the pressure of break point. Like if I'm down 15-40, I'm like, all right, let's go, right? Or if I have to serve a second serve down break point, I'm like, hell yeah, let's do this. Like I'm ready. And then there's people that are like, just like this sucks. Like I do not want to do this. I do not like serving. Oh no, it's love 15. I double folded, right? Like there are people like that as well, and that's fine. People want to return more. Like I get that. And that's totally, and look, it's not like, it is what it is. Hey, Francesca Schiavone's in the house. Love 15. But I mean, like, you got to trust your serve to be in the first category, right? If you don't trust your serve and you don't believe that you can serve well. Coco's got a great serve when it goes in. She's got a powerful serve. It's an ace machine, but doesn't trust it. It doesn't work all the time. All right, that goes out by Coco on the return, 30-15. Draper's in a tiebreaker again. I've seen your serve and it's not a weapon. Yeah, I didn't. Did I say it was Riley Opelka's serve? I don't think I did. Do you ever talk about the match? Sometimes. Depends on the situation. We're talking about tennis, though, right? I didn't tell you that it was about. I didn't guarantee it was about the match. It's called tennis talk, not tennis match talk specifically about the match that's on TV right now that we have to. I don't think I could make that channel name. I don't think they would let me use that many characters. 40-15. There's a bit of fold from Cocciaretto, second serve. 40-15. As we return from Gauff into the backhand of Cocciaretto. That's a good shot. 3-2. Cocciaretto leads. Draper versus Opelka prediction. I'm not going to... That match is already playing. Why is Coco falling off? Is she falling off? I mean, she's still top 5. Is Draper in trouble? So wait, is Draper losing or what's up? Oh, he is. He's down a break. I'm sorry, he's down a tie break. Down one set already in the tie break. Paul beat Manarino. That's a good win. Mukova's fighting. So is Paolini. Sabalenka's about to start? No. Sabalenka's not going to start yet. She's like happening way later. Yes, she is falling off. God, chat. Maybe I'm just reading the wrong comments. Where are the positive comments? Coco's definitely falling off. Oh, man. Anybody got anything nice to say about Coco? Specifically? Swiatek's very stubborn. This is true. Okay? Townsend rubbish, like rude. Okay? Anybody having a good day? She has the best backhand? There you go. Team Coco all the way. Coco's a fighter and she'll figure it out. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. She is a fighter. She's good at winning ugly. Hey, yeah, look, all these things might not be looking good, but she finds a way to win. I'm having a good day. I'd love to see Coco get it together here. Hey, look, it'd be a great comeback if she wins. Love 15. By the way, the court is got that silly sun on it again, where it's just all bright and weird. Love your haircut. Thank you. Appreciate it. As Cocciaretto forehand in the net. 15-all. Fonseca and Alcaraz are going to play after this match. All right. Serve again. As Gauff with an ace. 30-15. And that shadow, yeah, that sun poking through the gap in the stadium is really awkward. As the return goes forward to Gauff, backhand out from Cocciaretto. Gauff with the backhand up the line. Cocciaretto gets it back into the backhand of Gauff. Cocciaretto backhand into the forehand of Gauff. As Cocciaretto slice, Gauff forehand cross. Winner! Beautiful shot. 40-15. 40-15. Opelka's got 6 match points? Damn. What, he's up 6 love? Damn. That's huge for Opelka. No pun intended. Opelka wins 7-0 in the tiebreak. I'm pretty sure Draper lost first round Indian Wells last year to Menchik. 7-6, 7-6 as well, right? Didn't he lose Miami last year, Draper? Pretty sure. I know he lost to Menchik. Yeah, he lost 7-6, 7-6 to Menchik second round last year. So that's just a tough draw. How? Because Opelka's a beast. All right, double fault 40-30. Again, they zoom in on the coach. God, I hate when they do that. Come on now. Double fault. Your fault. Your fault. You did that. The coach magically did that. All right, 40-30. As with a forehand from Cocciaretto. Gauff with the forehand. Again to the forehand of Cocciaretto. Gauff. Again to the forehand of Cocciaretto on the stretch. But she hits it long and Gauff holds. 3-all in the second. 3-3. C-Cam all washed. You know who's washed? The Mona Lisa. Why is your profile picture the Mona Lisa? Have you got a channel going on? What's up? Oh, it's you! Ah. That's funny. That's actually a good profile picture. I hate that word, though. Don't use the word washed. It's annoying, that word. It's such a negative word. Also, Gauff wins one clay court event and everybody, turns around. It's so reactionary. She's washed. What, one match? Forehand to backhand rally. Gauff into the backhand of Cocciaretto. Cocciaretto hits it wide, though, and it's love 15. Also, if she comes back to win this match, is she unwashed? It's a cute word, though. Nah, it's not. It's a stupid word. It means washed up. And that's a dumb word. To be calling a 22-year-old. That's such a silly word. The terms washed and cooked are usually said prematurely. You're a diehard Coco fan and you're saying washed? That's brutal. All right, return goes in the forehand of Cocciaretto. God, I can't see the ball that well. Backhand rally. Cam, you are not watching. You're going to watch Bublik versus Berrettini? No. As with a backhand Cocciaretto up the line. Too good. Just too good. 15-0. Too good from Cocciaretto. The ball becomes invisible. I know, right? As soon as the ball goes in the sun, it just disappears. How hard would that to play in, though? That's got to be a... By the way, Cocciaretto staring straight into the sun. My eyes! Into the... is a fault. Second serve. Yeah, she can't... Poor Cocciaretto. Somebody cover that bloody sun up. It's crazy. She's blinded. As Coco returns to the forehand of Cocciaretto. Coco backhand in the net as a free point. 30-15. Cocciaretto's just staring straight into the sun. That's crazy. 30-15. Poor Cocciaretto. Somebody get her some sunglasses or something. Somebody just put their hand in front of that part of the stadium. Cover that. Just block out that part. Come on now. As with a forehand rally. Slice from Coco down the line. To the backhand of Cocciaretto. That's a good shot. Coco forehand cross. Cocciaretto with a forehand again. The forehand of Gauff. The backhand of Cocciaretto. And then Gauff with the backhand. Winner. Inside out winner. Beautiful shot. 30-0. All right. Beautiful backhand winner. 30-all. Cam has become bad at calling games. Bye. Get WTA TV and watch the match if you're not happy. This is free, by the way. YouTube is free. Return goes out by Gauff, and it's 40-30 Cocciaretto. 40-30. Yet you continue to show up, though. Okay. He's basically calling you washed. Maybe I am. Backhand goes out. That was, somebody made me laugh. Void goes into the fort of Gauff. And Gauff is a winner, and we get back to deuce. You talk too much sometimes. Somebody got to say it. Yeah. But you still show up, though, like all the time. So, I mean, I must be doing something right if you keep returning. Can't be that bad if you keep putting yourself through this. Anyways. We get to deuce. And the sun disappears. Yay! Get rid of that bloody sun. Tay-Tay is out. Who's Tay-Tay? Oh, Taylor Townsend? Or Fritz? 4-4 rally. As that goes up the line of the back of the Gauff. Backhand from Cocciaretto. Is too good. Hit the back of the line. Advantage Cocciaretto. Why wouldn't I return? I learned from this channel. Do you understand? I come here to learn. But you also don't do what I want. I'm sorry. But it's $1,000 for me to ignore the chat. Advantage Cocciaretto. To stay in front. As the return goes into the forehand of Cocciaretto. Forehand now from Gauff. Into the backhand of Cocciaretto. Backhand from Gauff goes up the line. Cocciaretto forehand again. The backhand of Gauff. Gauff in the net. Cocciaretto keeps that lead. 4-3. By the way, as soon as the sun disappeared from the court, Cocciaretto played much better. She was definitely blinded by the light. I only show up because I don't have any other option. You used to call matches. Are you the same guy? On this, you got 2 accounts? Dude, bro's got 2 phones. Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah. Yeah. Bro, how many accounts? How many phones? Gauff might actually lose WTF. Again, by the way, chat. For those, yeah. Was that a weekend reference? I don't know, maybe. For those who were like surprised about this result, Cocciaretto beat Gauff like a month ago. She's beaten her before. Like Cocciaretto, this shouldn't be a surprise. It was probably more shocking the last time they played because I think Cocciaretto had never beaten Gauff, and then all of a sudden she beats Gauff in straight sets. This shouldn't be a surprise because it literally happened 4 weeks ago. I'm a little surprised that it's going the same way. I thought Gauff would maybe, be a bit more competitive in this one, but Cocciaretto beating Gauff, shouldn't be a big shock. We just saw it happen. Maybe you didn't watch that. We wanted Gauff to win. Well, she's not over yet, though. She's not losing yet. She's just down on the scoreboard. She's 4-3. It's on serve, though, so there's still time. Townsend is not a good player like Casper Ruud. God, how are you fun at parties or do you not get invited? Has been ace out wide from Coco, 15 love. Parties? What's a party? I don't know. What is a party? Party? What's that mean? It's a congregation of people to celebrate and have a good time. Never. Okay. Don't worry. I don't go out. I don't leave the house either. All right. 30 love. As Gauff serves again. As the return goes in the front of Gauff. Up the line to the back, and Cocciaretto. Gauff for the forehand again. That's a winner. 40 love. God, I tell you what, if Gauff comes back here, I'm going to fucking lose it. There are only a certain amount of players that I like get really defensive about, and Coco's on that list. I feel like she gets so much shit for no reason. Smash from Gauff's good, and it's 4-all. I think Gauff gets... She might be up there as one of... Like, in current players, she's got to be one of the most... What's the word, chat? Like, I feel like she gets some of the most shit. Out of most players. Like, there are a few players you can put on that list, but Coco is on that list. Targeted? I don't know if targeted is the word, but, like, she gets so much shit. For no reason. Like, okay, yeah, she double faults. Okay. Okay, yeah, she doesn't win every match. Okay. Scrutinized. Yeah, is that the word? No, I feel like berated? Yeah. 15 love? I mean, we're talking about the French Open champion, right? We're talking about two-time Grand Slam champion Coco Gauff. Most hated? Like, she gets a lot of hate, yeah. And I feel like it's not deserved. Like, she's a very nice person. She seems very level-headed. She just doesn't do this one thing, and that's serve that well yet. But, like, I feel like she just gets so, ridiculed. They dogpile on. Yeah, maybe that's it. Anyways, backhand goes in the forehand of Cocciaretto. Forehand from Gauff on the stretch goes in the net. And it's 30 love. So I like when I see people getting absolutely smashed for no reason, or like unfairly criticized. Well, I get it. You can be like, oh man, Coco's serve is not good. Okay. But when people are just like, she sucks, she's washed, get rid of her, she should retire, her serve. I'm not going to sit here and listen to that shit. Because she's not here to defend herself. So I'm going to, bullied. I mean, bullied seems a little bit, I mean, is it bullied? Probably. As we had double fault from Cocciaretto, 30-15. Probably because she's the highest paid female athlete. I don't know. Is that it? Maybe. So what people are... That's a green light to be like, well, you get paid enough so I can yell at you and I can say mean things. Is that a thing? I mean, maybe. How dare you? How dare you be successful at your profession? Now I'm going to be angry at you because you double fault. But I feel like she just gets so much unnecessary hate. Like, just so much of it. She doesn't seem like a bad person. Like, she gets treated like she's bad. Like, she's a bad person. And I feel like she's not a bad person. She doesn't seem arrogant. She doesn't seem cocky. She seems very level-headed, very grounded, very ambitious, right? She wants to be number one. She wants to be the best. Everyone should be like that if they want to play tennis. I mean, how are you going to be the best if you don't believe you can, or that you don't have that belief? But I feel like she just gets, I don't know. And I'm not going to stand for it. Not up in here. You can go do that shit on Twitter. Not up in here. We are pro player here. And that goes out by Cocciaretto, 30-40. And there I go again, talking about something that's not related to the thing that guy wanted. All right, 30-40. Gauff's got a chance to break here. $30-40. As we're back, a forehand return to the backhand of Cocciaretto. Gauff for the forehand. Again to the backhand of Cocciaretto. Gauff for the pass is a lob, but it's wide. Get back to deuce. We get back to deuce. Man, if Coco can just break here, we have a match. By the way, Alcaraz is supposed to start in 30 minutes, but that ain't going to happen. Watching for the Philippines. Hey, what's up? What you're saying is facts. Thank you. Served on the tees of fault. Second serve. She's an excellent ambassador for the sport. I 100% agree. There's a bit of forehand up the line to the backhand of Gauff. Backhand now from Cocciaretto. Goes long, advantage Gauff. I'll be like, Chad, I mean, one of the best role models of the WTA. Like, I don't think Gauff, besides not serving well enough, and she broke a racket one time that she thought was in private, right? And everyone, thought that was the worst thing ever. I feel like she just has, she is the best ambassador of tennis. As that goes out from Cocciaretto, she gets a break too. Hey, look, if we keep praising her, she might win the set. All right, Gauff's going to serve for the second. Yeah, I mean, Gauff is like an unbelievable role model. She does nothing. She doesn't say anything wrong in the press conferences. She doesn't when she hasn't had any controversies, right? I can't think of any bad things that have happened, that stand out that are any bad things. She doesn't break rackets on court. She doesn't throw tantrums. Okay, yeah, she gets a little teary eyed, right? Sometimes, but I feel she doesn't use her platform for political reasons, which is, again, every player can do whatever they want with their platform. No problem with that, right? But she doesn't do that, right? I don't think she does. Maybe she did. Maybe she has, but I haven't thought about it. She doesn't really make a big deal about herself. She doesn't really she doesn't do all the things that people get shitty about, right? The fashion stuff, right? She doesn't do the fashion stuff as much, I don't think. Doesn't cheat. Well, I don't know who cheats, but doesn't pull those dirty tactics that we see other players do. Again, I have no problem with them doing that, but she doesn't do that. I mean, there's really nothing that, again, maybe I'm missing something. She is very political. When? Again, what am I missing? When? She's very political. Is she? I'm not. Well, I haven't been hearing that. What have you been watching? Anyways, what on social media? Maybe I haven't followed her closely enough. As that goes out by Cocciaretto, but it's 15-love. She is? Okay, well, I don't see her on socials. I'm talking about press conferences stuff, on court. She does talk about politics? When? Where? Actually, where? Where? Because I might not be following those things. Is it on Instagram? Because I'm probably not following that. 15-love. I'm not seeing that. As we return now from Cocciaretto. Nope. Coco's not political. Stop talking. Stop chatting. I follow her on all the platforms. Okay. Google it. It's hard not to. Oh, Google it. God, now I asked you a question. You make me do the work. How come when you ask me a question, I got to do the work? But then when I ask you a question, I got to do the work. 15-0. As the return goes in the forehand of Gauff, she hits a slice forehand. Cocciaretto gets it back with a slice into the backhand of Gauff. Cocciaretto with the forehand. Gauff with the volley. Cocciaretto backhand pass. Too good. 15-30. 15-30. All right, 15-30. As we're backing up the line from Gauff to the forehand of Cocciaretto. Gauff with the forehand to the backhand of Cocciaretto. Again, the forehand of Gauff. Cross court, the forehand of Cocciaretto. As we get a forehand from Gauff again to the forehand of Cocciaretto. Gauff. Forehand up the line. Goes in. 30-0. All right, 30-0. As Gauff serves the fault, second serve. As Gauff too good with the forehand, and it's 40-30. Gauff's got a set point. Set point for Gauff. As we just serve now the forehand, Cocciaretto. Forehand from Gauff sliced. As it a backhand now from Cocciaretto. The backhand of Gauff. Again, the backhand of Cocciaretto, who hits in there. Gauff takes the second. We're going three. We're going three. Coco takes the second. We gotta start talking more. Once we start talking like positive, everyone started winning. By the way, if Deb's here, I'm so sorry that I said political, because now everyone's like thinking that's like a green light to talk about what they feel, and I didn't mean that. I regret saying, Coco doesn't seem like she uses her platform to voice her opinion on politics, but then that has obviously given people politics. I have something to say about something that doesn't relate. That's not what we're saying. We're talking about Coco Gauff. All right, we're going three. Cocciaretto is going to have a bathroom break. The Alcaraz match will be delayed. 10 winners, 9 errors from Gauff, and 9 winners, 11 errors from Cocciaretto. Gauff played a lot better in that set. Only the one break point faced, and only one. She did convert the break point at Cocciaretto, but Gauff was solid. Alcaraz is on this court after this match. So after Coco... By the way, I think there's going to be a bit of a delay, because Coco... So this is a day session, and then they're going to bring the night session in, so there'll probably be a bit of a changeover delay for the crowds. Sorry for calling her washed. That's right. Don't worry, people. It's the internet. People just say random things without thinking. When is Eala Lynette? Tomorrow. I don't know what time, because they haven't brought the schedule out, and they're going to not bring the schedule out for a couple of hours, I'm sure. Cocciaretto's racket went flying after that point. Will Alcaraz come on next? Yes, but again, I think it's because of the night session crowd has to come in, and they have to get rid of all the people that are there. There's going to be a delay. I'm not watching Demon Oil's match. Hell no. Why would I watch Demon Oil's match? You know the rules. You watching Demon? Come on. You know the rules. You've been here long enough. You know what's up. Watching Demon. That's funny. Miami needs domes. Yeah, I know, right? It needs to be indoors. Night session should start at 8 p.m. So that's going to start in like an hour and a half. So we are delayed. That's confirmed, right? So yeah, so Alcaraz match is going to be delayed by an hour. So adjust your whatever's your schedules. Didn't I say everybody cancel your plans on the Friday night? If you're going on a date, you're like, okay, but I'm going to go to the movies. What did I tell you 2 days ago? Are you serious? If you don't show up to that match, even though it's an hour delayed, if you are going, oh, but Cam, I got to go on. I've got to go on this date. What? Where are your priorities? And if they don't, I'll tell you this, chat. If you have to cancel your date and you go, they say, oh, why? Why you got to cancel on me? Oh, because of Fonseca's playing Alcaraz. If they don't say fair enough, they're probably not good for you anyway. All right? I just did you a favor, right? Look, if you say, sorry, I can't go to the movies tonight because the guy on the internet told me to watch Alcaraz versus Fonseca. That sounds weird. and they say, what, you're ditching me for a tennis match? It's probably not going to work out. And you probably dodged a bullet. So, yeah. I tell you what, the ultimate date would be watching the match together. And if they're like, I don't watch tennis. Tennis is boring. Red flag. Red flag, not for you. Red flag. They can go find somebody else. You dodged a bullet. It all worked out. But I have to go on this date. No, you don't. You don't have to. And if they don't understand why you're not, or they don't want to join you for the date, tennis watching date, then it's a red flag anyway. And trust. Tennis over dates. Priorities. Or watch the match together as a date. I mean, then you marry her or him. You marry them. After the match. Not during the match, you'll miss it. If they're like, sure, I'll come over and watch that match with you. Go get a ring, quick. This match, hour and a half, you got time, get a ring. All right, we're going 3. Who's taking this final set? I'm still going with Coco. I'm still going with Gauff. What if wife is in labor? Is your wife in labor? Right now, your wife's in labor and you're in the chat talking. I mean, you've made your choice. I mean, it's like if your wife's in labor and you're here talking in the chat now, put the phone down. Like, what are you doing? Or you've made your choice and you're going to watch that match, obviously. I mean, look, unless you're the doctor, how are you going to help anyway? Moral support. Moral support, I guess. I don't know. That's above my pay grade. I have no idea. 15 love. You're on your own. All right, forehand goes in the backhand of Cocciaretto. Cocciaretto serving first in the final set. My wife wants to watch Netflix. What to do? Tell her that Netflix doesn't work right now. Tell her that Alcaraz Fonseca's on Netflix and just put on the TV instead. Netflix can wait, by the way. As Gauff comes in with a lovely volley winner. 15-all. Your wife wants to watch Netflix instead? I'm watching from the penitentiary. Sounds about right. Well, you're going to have to fight for the remote or whatever. I don't know how prison works. Backhand goes in the forward of Gauff. Backhand now from Cocciaretto cross court. Gauff with the backhand again. The backhand of Cocciaretto. By the way, if you're in penitentiary, how do you have a phone? As that goes in there, I feel like you were lying. Was that a lie? Did you make a lie? I actually am in prison. I don't think you're allowed to. How are you? Do they have the internet? Like, what's up? How are you here? I feel like are you lying? Oh, Swedish prison. Ah, yes. You're in a Swedish prison. Okay. They're a little bit more, little bit more forgiving. 30-15. All right, forehand goes into the forehand of Gauff as Cocciaretto backhand to the backhand of Gauff. Again, the backhand of Cocciaretto. Is it a backhand to backhand rally up the line now to the forehand of Gauff as Cocciaretto backhand again to the forehand of Gauff. Into the forehand of Cocciaretto. Cocciaretto on the net. 30-all. 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 Sabalenka is on court 3 following Bublik. Now number 1 is not even on grandstand. I know, yeah. Call James Blake. Ask him. I don't know why. 30-all. As Cocciaretto serves again. Into the forehand of Gauff. Return goes out. It's 40-30. Cocciaretto to take the first game of the final set. By the way, chat, Alcaraz is taking off Fonseca today in like an hour. Just wanted to remind you all that was a thing that was happening. Alcaraz versus Fonseca is happening today. Just remember that. Just let that sink in. $40-30 as Gauff hits it out. 1-love Cocciaretto, final set. Finally, the big third. That's it, the big third. As he's popularly known as. The big third, a.k.a. Joao Fonseca, the big third. That's his new nickname. The big third. No empty seats in that match. Hell yeah. Hell no. Crowd atmosphere loud in the Osorio match. Awesome. Great vibes. All right. Coco to serve. 1-love. One zero. As Gauff makes an error. Love 15. I still think Fonseca's overhyped. Well, that's all right. I'm wrong sometimes too. As we get a fault second serve. I thought Swiatek was going to beat Lynette. So, I mean, look. I get it. Ooh, double fault. Love 30. Chance for Cocciaretto to get an early break point here. Serving to the forehand of Cocciaretto. Return goes in the forehand of Gauff, but no. Cocciaretto missed the return. And it's 15-30. Serve again. Into the forehand of Cocciaretto. Forehand from Gauff. To the backhand of Cocciaretto. Gauff backhand again. And as Cocciaretto goes up the line, that's a great shot. Gauff gets back with the forehand. Into the forehand of Cocciaretto. To the backhand of Gauff. It's Cocciaretto backhand to the backhand of Gauff again. Cocciaretto gets the point though. Gauff in the net. All right, 15-40. Cocciaretto to take the early break. All right, nice serve. One save, 30-40. 30-40. As Gauff hits a drop shot in the net, there's the break. 2-love. All right. 2-love. Cocciaretto in the final set. Alcaraz coming on after this, by the way. It's about to rain in New York. Well, we'll stay inside. We'll take an umbrella. Berrettini Bublik has just started. Who's playing footy today? Mukova doing well to shut out the crowd noise. She's playing Osorio, right? She has to deal with that, right? All right, Cocciaretto, great hit up the line. $15 all. There's a bit of let from Cocciaretto. Serve again. There's been an ace from Cocciaretto. 30-15. Sorry for being late. I have to celebrate Noskova losing to Castella. I should be positive and say celebrating Castella's win. Yeah, you should be. I was going to say, what are you saying? Yeah, that's better. Okay, so you're celebrating Castella's win. That's good. I'm glad. Congratulations on the win. Backhand. Up the line by Gauff into the forehand of Cocciaretto. Return goes into the backhand of Gauff. Cocciaretto goes to the forehand of Gauff. It's Cocciaretto backhand. Again to the backhand of Gauff. It's Cocciaretto backhand. Up the line goes wide. It's 30-all. Coco just keeping things going. Going to try and get this break back. 30-all. I have no idea when Nadal is playing. Tomorrow, between 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. Tentative time, tomorrow. No clue what time, though. Tentative day, tomorrow. Definitely tomorrow. 4-4 rally. Now back in for Cocciaretto, goes cross court. But she missed it. Gauff's got break points, 30-40. I reckon in about 2 hours, you'll find out when Eala's playing, all right? We'll all find out in 2 hours, but I couldn't even guess. I couldn't even tell you as a guess. Now that we've got matches cancelled today for tomorrow, I don't even know. Like, Eala's probably playing tomorrow night. But even then, I don't even know. I got no clue. I don't know what they're thinking with the schedule, so I have no idea. But she's definitely not playing today. And she'll probably be playing tomorrow. Gauff for the break point. 4-0 from Cocciaretto, the front of Gauff. Cocciaretto backhand up the line. That goes long. Gauff breaks back. 2-1. Cocciaretto with the lead. Gauff back on serve. All right. 2-1. Cocciaretto, final set. All right. Oh, that didn't even click. Oh, people are celebrating Noskova's loss. Okay, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be that like that. That just made sense. Yeah, don't do that. Don't be that supporter. Every week, there's a new tournament. Move on. Let's move on to the next one. Tennis is a very quick sport. We move on very quickly, so you should too. Don't hold a grudge against Noskova for that reason. Just watch. Just don't do that. That didn't even cross my mind that was the thing. So why were you? Are you pro? Are you Romanian maybe? And you're going against Noskova for that? Okay, yeah, don't do that. All right, Gauff is back on serve, but she's still down. 2-1 as Gauff makes Cocciaretto miss the shot. 15 love. All right, 30 love. That goes out by Cocciaretto. $30 love. Return goes in there by Cocciaretto, and it's 40 love. $40 love. Serving the forehand of Cocciaretto. Backing out from Gauff. Cocciaretto forehand into the forehand of Gauff. It's Cocciaretto forehand again. The forehand of Gauff. Cocciaretto forehand on the stretch. Gauff goes up the line. Cocciaretto's there with the backhand. But it's long and Gauff holds. 2-all. Final set. 2-all. All right, let's see if Coco can recover. She's gotten back to even. All right, 2-all. Yeah, please don't put scores in the chat from other matches as well. Not point scores, because that's confusing and people it's not good. You can put the game score and like what's going on in the set, but don't do a point by point update of other matches. It's really confusing. And it's not I don't want to see that. Because I don't even know what you're saying. I don't even know what you're talking about. As Gauff hits it out, it's 15 love. All right, serve again. Into the backhand of Gauff. Backhand from Cocciaretto. Sliced. Gauff. Backhand off the tape. It's Cocciaretto with the forehand of Gauff. And Gauff overhits it. 30 love. All right, 30 love. That guy's yawning. What the hell? 30 love. As Cocciaretto serves. A fault, second serve. Double fault from Cocciaretto, 30-15. $30-15. $30-15. Fault second serve. As return goes the backhand of Cocciaretto. Backhand from Gauff. As Cocciaretto backhand of the backhand of Gauff on the stretch. Cocciaretto forehand into the net. 30-all. Serve again from Cocciaretto. Little chance for Coco to get the lead. First serve's a fault. Second serve. Into the backhand of Gauff. Cocciaretto backhand to the backhand of Gauff. As Cocciaretto backhand to the net. 30-40. Gauff for the break point. 30-40. All right. All right, 30-40. There's a backhand now from Gauff in the net. One, that's saved. And Cocciaretto gets the deuce. All right, we get the deuce. Why are so many players playing consecutive days? Still wondering. It's because there was a whole day of rain that screwed the schedule, and then half a day today rained, so everything's been pushed back. So everything's sort of like it's like this, and then like they push it back, and then everything gets crunched up into a big ball. So that's why you're getting so many matches being played consecutively. Like players playing back-to-back days, just because they're the schedule's been like pushed, like shoved into each other, and being squashed. All right, Cocciaretto hits it out. Advantage, Coco. Does that make sense? As with a backhand rally, Cocciaretto hits it out. Gauff gets the break. All right, from a breakdown to a break up, 3-2. Coco leads. Cocciaretto, by the way, is looking super sweaty. It is humid out there. All right. Gauff leads. 3-2. All right, 3-2. All right, Coco leads. Now it's the tough part, though. She's got the lead. Can she hold 3 more times to win this match? That is the tough part. All right. Oh, Mukova had a bad slip. Ooh, is she all right? She probably won't hold 3 times. Not with that attitude. All right, 3-2. Let's see if Coco can consolidate the break. Wizardry activated. All right, return goes into the forehand of Gauff. Up the line of the backhand of Cocciaretto. Gauff with the forehand cross. Cocciaretto gets with the forehand into the forehand of Gauff. That's a good shot. Cocciaretto open court in the net. Ooh, Coco got a little lucky. 15 love. You misread my comment. She probably won't need to hold. Oh, sorry. Need to hold. Yeah, see, you gotta write in like need in like bigger letters. She probably won't need to hold 3 times. Well, yes, definitely with that attitude. You're right. That's why I said 3 times, but like minimum. Like if she wants to win, she has to win. She has to hold 3 times. She could hold twice and break. You're right. Don't write in all caps, but just like, yeah. Look, I'm blind. I have selective reading. I don't know what that's called, but I skip every second word. It's these glasses. I don't know what it is. My brain doesn't process every word. 30-15. I don't think there's anything. I think that's just a me problem. But yeah, you're right. By the way, Weston, is Rebecca going to win tonight? Are you nervous? Or are you fully confident she'll beat Putintseva? As Coco, 30-15. Dyslexia? Nah, that's not what I have. As Coco faults, second serve. As we return now into the... It goes long by Cocciaretto. That was a poor return. 40-15. Why would I root for Fonseca? Why not? Raducanu's match will be bumped to tomorrow. Now they'll play tonight. Playing after Alcaraz. 40-15. I am never fully confident with Raducanu. Good answer. That's what I was... Yeah, trick question. Yeah, you didn't get tricked. You answered that exactly how I thought you would. You passed. You passed my test of questioning. It was a rhetorical question. Exactly. 40-30. 11 double faults for Coco in this match. It did cost her a little bit in that first set. Even though I said, her serve, the mentality around the serve, I think, is probably the bigger question, but we talked about that already. Anyways, 40-30. Backhand return. Into the backhand of Gauff. Backhand now from Cocciaretto. Gauff with the forehand. Into the forehand of Cocciaretto is Gauff with the slice forehand. She's been doing that a lot today. Forehand goes up the line again. Cocciaretto backhand again. The forehand of Gauff. As Cocciaretto backhand cross. Gauff gets it with the backhand on the stretch. Cocciaretto forehand open court. Gauff slice. Goes into the backhand of Cocciaretto. Off the tape to the backhand of Gauff, who hits it wide. And we get to deuce. That was both ladies' nervous rally. How dare you confuse me, Cam? Bro, I'm confused. I live confused. All right. Constant state of confusion. All right. Deuce. As that goes out by Coco. Advantage, Cocciaretto. To get back on serve. Alcaraz Fonseca coming up after this. First serve's a fault. Second serve. As the return goes to the front of Gauff. Backhand from Cocciaretto. Gauff backhand. Again, the backhand of Cocciaretto. Down the line to the front of Gauff. Cocciaretto forehand again to the front of Gauff, who overhits it. No, it goes in. Then a volley from Gauff. Good shot. Up goes a lob, but Gauff puts it away. Great rally by Coco. Great rally by Coco Gauff. And we get back to deuce. All right. Deuce. All right. We get to deuce. As Coco goes the backhand of Cocciaretto. Backhand from Gauff up the line. Cocciaretto gets it back as Gauff goes forehand up the line. Into the backhand of Cocciaretto. Gauff backhand again to the backhand of Cocciaretto. Into the forehand of Gauff as Cocciaretto backhand into the backhand of Gauff. Comes in the net again. Cocciaretto with a pass. Goes wide. And Gauff gets to advantage. 2 net points won in a row. Advantage, Gauff. First is a fault. Second serve. Second serve into the forehand of Cocciaretto. Gauff with the forehand on the stretch. Cocciaretto again to the forehand of Gauff. Up the line to the backhand of Cocciaretto. Gauff backhand. Into the Cocciaretto forehand. Gauff gets it back with the forehand as Cocciaretto goes cross-court in the net. And Gauff raises the fist and consolidates the break. 4-2. She's won 4 games in a row, Gauff. By the way, winner of this match will take on Alicia Parks, who kind of, I wouldn't say destroyed Zachary, but won easily. Easier than I expected. 3-3. Straightforward win. Not a demolition, but Parks did a great job taking out Zachary. So the winner of this will play Parks in the next round. And then you've got Castella and Mertens also in. So again, if Coco gets through this, there's a quarterfinal up for grabs. And then you've got Anisimova, Bencic up like in the quarters maybe. So it's going to be interesting. But Coco has to win this match. It's not over yet. 15 lovers. That goes in the net by Gauff. We've also got... what else we got? So Mukova versus Bolter. Winner will play either Eala or Lynette. All of those matches have been 3 sets in that little section down there. Then you've got Andreeva Buzkova. Winner plays on Boko, potentially. Anisimova, Starop, but yeah, bottom half of the draws, even with Swiatek out, it's still pretty stacked. 30 love. And top half of the draw, Palini through. She'll play either Penko or Yastremska. Osaka and Badosa play tomorrow. Not against each other. Anyways, ace, 40 love. Yeah, Penko's up setting a break against Yastremska. Berrettini serving for the first set against Bublik. And an ace from Cocciaretto. And it's 4-3 Gauff for the break, but Cocciaretto holds. All right. Gauff, 2 games away. 2 games away. All right. I need Palini to go on a run. I want her to stay in the top 10. She has a great attitude. Yeah, she's got a tough draw, though. Diallo wins. Nice. I'm just trying to think, chat. Bublik and Berrettini is going to go longer than I think. I was going to say, do we still watch Sabalenka? But we might not be able to watch Sabalenka between Alcaraz and this match. Because of, the schedule just kind of messes things up. Eala's playing tomorrow. I don't know what time. Probably tomorrow night. Or first thing in the morning. I have no idea. I don't know what they're thinking. Okay. 4-3. Can Coco hold again and keep hold? All right. Oh, umpire's getting involved here. What's happening here? And there was a let. I think they're going to replay the point. And Cocciaretto would have won the point. So Cocciaretto was supposed to win the point, but something happened. I looked away for 2 seconds. The umpires, I think they're going to replay the point. So something happened on the side of the court. And the umpire called a let. Oh, so the side of the court, that's a total hindrance. So the advertising on the side of the court was flashing during the point, and the umpire called a let. Totally understandable. Because Coco was literally looking at that, like hitting a forehand, looking at the side, and that's where it was flashing on the side of the court. Like that's 100% And it was flashing way before. I mean, the point started and then it just started going crazy. They played 3 shots. I mean, that was 100% a replay. Total hindrance, exactly. Not even disputable. Backhand goes up the line into the forehand of Gauff. Gauff in the net. And Cocciaretto wins the point anyway. That's whatever you want to call that. This is cheating? What's cheating? All right, served in the tees. An ace from Coco. Good serve. Very good serve. 15-0. And they've turned the advertising board off now because it's malfunctioning. All right, 15-0. And the return goes to the back and a Gauff, back into Cocciaretto. Nope, Cocciaretto hit the return long. All right, 30-15 Gauff. The hindrance is cheating? No, it's not. The hindrance was legit. Also, Cocciaretto won the point anyway, so what are you crying about? Cocciaretto won the point, so it worked out for the best anyway. 30-15. As Gauff serves. A fault, second serve. All right, nice return winner there by Cocciaretto up the line with a beautiful backhand. 30-0. This is the moment for Coco. This is the test. Gauff serves. Massive serve out wide. That's clutch. Cocciaretto returns it long. That was clutch. 40-30. As Gauff serves again. Into the forehand of Cocciaretto. Great return. Gauff gets a backhand long. That was just too good on the return. And we get the deuce. Oh, that was a decent serve too. Lucas scored 60 down there for the Lakers in the water. Yeah, he did score 60. It was epic. All right, deuce. Served down to the back of Cocciaretto. Return. Goes long. And again, Gauff, 3 great serves. Cocciaretto just missed that return. All right, advantage Gauff. Advantage Gauff. As we get a backhand now to the forehand of Cocciaretto. Cocciaretto hits it out. Good hold by Gauff. That was actually very good hold by Gauff. From 30-0 and deuce, getting massive serves and free points, that is what Coco can do. Gauff gets a 5-3. Cocciaretto serving to stay in the match now. I tell you, chat, this would be a hell of a win for Coco. What a great confidence boost this would be. Why do people come in here to talk about Lakers games? Because I want to. Because... as the return goes in the forehand of Cocciaretto. Cocciaretto hits it out, love 15. All right, love 15. As Cocciaretto serves again. Down to see the forehand of Gauff. Return. Into the backhand of Cocciaretto. Gauff. With the backhand again to the backhand of Cocciaretto. Gauff with the slice. Into the forehand of Cocciaretto. Cocciaretto just hooks it wide. And it's love 30. Why people cry about bringing up the Lakers? I don't know. Maybe they're a Miami fan. Love 30. Love 30. 2 points away. And serve again. There's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Gauff. Return goes to forehand of Cocciaretto. Or goes in. Gauff gets it back with a slice. Cocciaretto comes in with a forehand winner, though. Good composure. 15-30. 15-30. Cocciaretto hanging in. All right. All right, 30-all. Cocciaretto serves again. There's a fault. Second serve. Into the forehand of Gauff. Return goes back into Cocciaretto. Gauff. Backhand down the middle. Cocciaretto gets the backhand cross court. Gauff with a slice in the stretch. Cocciaretto forehand again. The back of Gauff. Sliced. Into the forehand of Cocciaretto. Cocciaretto hits it out. Match point for Coco. 30-40. To get the win. And what a great win for Coco if she can get it. 30-40. She was down a set and a break and has turned it around spectacularly. Is that the word? Return goes into the back and Cocciaretto. Gauff for the forehand. Into the back and Cocciaretto up the line. That's a great shot. Gauff slices it back. Cocciaretto backhand cross court. Too good. Too good by Cocciaretto. Deuce. All right. Match point saved. Serve from Cocciaretto. And the Gauff return goes long. Advantage Cocciaretto. This might be the test for Coco. She might have to serve this out. The true test. Cocciaretto is hard AF. I agree. She is very, very tricky opponent. She had a great year too, Cocciaretto. Probably should have been seeded at this tournament. And maybe will be seeded at a slam in the future this year. All right, deuce. All right, deuce. As we return now to the forehand of Cocciaretto. Cocciaretto on the net. Advantage Gauff. Match point number 2. To take the win, Coco. By the way, the fact that this has been a long, kind of physical match as well does help, get the confidence back in Coco's arm as well. Because that was the issue coming in. 400 from Cocciaretto. That's a winner. And we get back to deuce. Again, great play by Cocciaretto. All right, deuce. Thanks again for the live coverage. Although we cannot see the action, this is the opposite where words were spoken louder than actions. Okay? Thank you. Thanks. Wait, what does that mean? Second serve. No worries, I think. Second serve. Into the backhand of Gauff. Return the backhand of Cocciaretto. Gauff. Backhand again. The backhand of Cocciaretto. Into the forehand of Gauff. As Cocciaretto backhand off the tape. Gauff gets it back with the backhand as they go backhand to backhand, but Cocciaretto misses the backhand wide. And it's advantage Gauff to take the win. Third match point. Cam's lost. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Yeah, that comment I didn't understand. Thank you for the live coverage, though. No worries. Advantage Gauff. There's a fault second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Gauff. Backing up from Cocciaretto. Into the Gauff backhand. Up the line's good. Cocciaretto forward on the stretch. Goes long. Coco wins. What a win. What a win for Coco Gauff. Fights back from a set down against somebody that she lost to only a couple of weeks ago. That was a huge win for Gauff. And it should, I mean, they're celebrating like it was a semi-final. I mean, the whole camp are going crazy. That was a big victory for Coco. That one was a big victory. And she toughed it out. Yeah, great comeback. Couple hours, 2.5 hours, something like that? Delayed, by the way. This match was supposed to start like hours ago. And Cocciaretto's had a good year. And hopefully will get seeded at some of these bigger events so she doesn't have to play Gauff in the first round, or the second round. But yeah, great win for Coco. Huge victory. All right. By the way, and there was those moments there where she had she was at deuce, she was at 30 all, and she served her way out of trouble. That was the big thing. Also, the fact that she was, she got the break and then she held all the way through. I don't even think she faced a break point as she was serving to keep that lead. So again, that's got to be a massive confidence boost for Coco. It's got to be a huge confidence boost. All right. Hashtag home, nice. All right. Yeah, Carlos is next, but we just gotta wait because they gotta change the crowd over. So it's a little bit of it will be a bit of a delay. I can go back to bed now happily. There you go. Enjoy. You do a great job. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. Now we got the match of the day. I know, right? Yeah, I know. We just gotta wait for it though, because they got to kick these people out to get more people in. So they got to swap the crowds around, but so we've got a little bit of time. Coco and Swiatek need major team changes, in my opinion. You're saying that after she came back and won? That's a bold statement. Like the Swiatek thing, okay, I understand, but you said that after Coco? Is the Eala match in the morning in Miami? I have no idea. The schedule's not out yet, but I'll tell you when the schedule comes out. You are saying that. Bro, come on now. The first thing you say after Coco has a great win is she needs to make the major changes. You weren't happy with that win? Come on now. She shouldn't be struggling against this. She literally just played Cocciaretto 4 weeks ago and lost. Cocciaretto is a pain. Why are we not doing some research? God damn it. I've been talking about this the entire stream anyway. Where were you? You came in here at the end. I was talking about Cocciaretto's danger in the first set. Nah, that's all right. I'm just kidding. I get it. It's fine. It's all good. Coco started some tennis balls, hit them in the crowd, and then we're going to get Alcaraz. Again, I don't think Alcaraz is coming on straight away. I think there is going to be a delay, but we'll wait and see what's up. Match of the day, Steph versus Demon. No. Alcaraz versus Fonseca. 20 to 30 minutes, you reckon? Maybe. Cocciaretto beat Pegula in the first round of Wimbledon. Yeah, I mean, Cocciaretto's legit. I just want to see if there's an update here. Just looking at the stats though for this one. So Gauff, 2 aces, 11 double faults. I mean, yeah, okay, double faults are definitely still an issue. She hasn't figured that out yet, but the fact that she wins these matches with those amount of double faults, that's impressive. But it was more important than how she won at the end. I don't think she hit many double faults in that final set. Maybe 2 in the final set when she was under the most pressure to try and keep that serve. 21 winners, 39 errors from Gauff. 23 winners, 36 errors for Cocciaretto. But yeah, Gauff's, the biggest part of that match was the final couple of games there for Coco. Holding serve when she needed those serves. She got the serve she needed. Again, very important win for Coco, I think, as well. Mentally. To win that match. What if it rains again? Oh god, if it rains again, Sarath, that's on you. I'm pointing at you. I'm just having a look here to see how long, if there's any update on how long this is gonna take to get the guys on. Coco managed to pull out a huge win somehow against the 44 in the world. Huge win. Boo-hoo. By the way, where are all those people that are asking for you in the chat because you were like hating on Coco in the first set? There you go, chat. They returned. It's really weird when people come like back after like talking shit. I respect it kind of that you didn't go hide. You're like, what were you saying about Coco in the first set? Hang on, let me double check. Have you been timed out 21 times in a year? I've got 4 accounts and I keep arguing with myself and calling myself names. Oh, so that was you. All right. Samsonov is out? Did Baptist beat Samsonov? Is that what I'm reading? Are you watching Arsenal Man City on Sunday League Cup final? No, unless it's live when I'm live. But no, I'm not watching that. Samsonov is having a terrible year. How often do I check the PO box? At least once a week, if I can get there. Hopefully. So we're just waiting for the Alcaraz. Again, the Alcaraz match is supposed to start soonish. Man City is my team. I will be tuned in. Well, bad luck to you because I'm going for Arsenal. So I hope you lose. hope it goes bad for you. I hope your team play terrible and we win. Berrettini first set an upper break against Bublik. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Did you read about team possibly coaching? I did hear something, yeah. Gibson's game is tomorrow. We will smoke. No, you won't. Man City fell off. They're washed. Haaland is washed. They fell off. They just announced Carlos will not be before 8:15 p.m. God damn it. That's 45 minutes from now. That's too far away. God damn it. No, today has been such a long day. Can we just say that? It has been such a long day. Because of the rain. But man, it feels like today's one of those days where it feels like it's been a long day, but I've done nothing. Like, I feel like I've been super unproductive. But it's been like, we've been live. I mean, I've been up for like nearly 10 hours. But I feel like I haven't watched anything. We've done nothing. Like, today's been a lot, feels like a long day. It's been a long day, especially if you combine yesterday today. Yeah, I mean, yesterday was a long day, but there was at least tennis to watch. The day before was just completely a write-off, but yeah, this feels like a real long. It's a real long day. And we haven't even got to the best part yet, but we'll get there. 45 minutes. A lot of waiting today. There's been a lot of waiting. A lot of waiting around today. I mean, all the matches that I had planned today, we've only watched 2 of them. It's more in Miami than Wimbledon. Or at least it feels like it. Yeah, man. You had to talk for like 2 hours straight during a rain delay. I mean, yeah, that did happen. That was a thing for sure. Miami has been annoying. By the way, Feaster's hair looks crazy cool. Hell yeah. Is that what Feaster's looking like right now? We're going to watch Feast the Beast, hopefully soon. If he beats, he should win, right? Oh, Fritz is playing too right now. Okay. Fons also beat Marijan yesterday, and he is flying high. That is true. Berrettini up versus Bublik, and up a set and a break, surprisingly. Yeah, Berrettini's kind of cruising. I heard Bublik in an interview say that he's never done well during this time of year, and I wonder if he's come into the attitude of like, who cares? Like he might, I feel like he's kind of like, yeah, we'll see what happens. Like he's not expecting himself to do any well, even though like Miami feels like a tournament he could do well at, right? All right. Yeah, but I thought Berrettini's legit, but I thought Bublik would probably get that one. It's not over yet, though. Yeah. Team coaching Zverev to win his first slam would be iconic and ironic. Yeah, I know team like hinted at something and everyone straight away went, he's going to be a coach. I mean, that seems like the most logical answer. But then who is he going to coach? Or is he going to be like opening an academy? Or like, is it just something like he's going to be a tennis coach at home? Like he's not off to like coach somebody. He's just going to be chilling. Because I don't know who he'd coach. Hey, maybe you could coach Swiatek. He could coach Ovna. He doesn't need to coach an Austrian. There's no rules that he has to coach an Austrian. Yeah. Maybe he could coach Tsitsipas. Or I think more likely he's going to be like an advisor. He's going to be working with somebody. Maybe he could work with Runa. Would that work? Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, Feast has got. I want to see what Feast looks like with the hair, or is that just for the? Did Feast get the hair? The hair done. I've turned to a massive fan of Feast this year. I'm loving the way that he's going about tennis. Rybakina is uncoachable. Okay. It's a strange comment, but okay. If you say so. The Joker at his best versus Carlos at his best, who wins? Probably Djokovic. Swiatek needs Conchita or Pam Shriver. Okay. Does she? Uncoachable is crazy, I know, right? You just, like, the Australian Open champion, newly crowned world number 2, is uncoachable. I think she's doing okay, though. I think she's doing all right, though, like, and has a coach. I mean, uncoachable seems a bit extreme. It's a crazy thing to say right now. You know, it's Friday. People are just getting crazy. Had a couple of drinks after work, and people are just getting crazy. I think they were joking, right? That was clearly a joke. They were definitely not serious. Because of the Goran thing. Oh, you're just okay. So you're just not happy because Goran thing. What do I do for a living? I'm unemployed, so nothing. I just live for a living. I just try and live to the fullest. Live life to the fullest. That's what I try and do. Partly trolling. Okay, I thought so. I'm just having a look at... Again, we're just filling time because we've got Alcaraz coming up in about 30 minutes. So we're just wasting minutes. But we'll get there. Don't activate Cam if he is the final boss of roasting. No, I'm not. Don't scare everybody. No. Nothing. Don't be scared. Everything's cool. God damn! I don't know how I'm gonna last these. If it rains anymore this week, I might not be able to. I might have to take a day off. I want to live for living as well. Sounds amazing. Yeah, I mean, just go outside and create memories. Have you watched Scream 7? No, I haven't left the house. I haven't had time. I want to go watch Hail Mary, though. Project Hail Mary. I'm going to try and watch that next week. And then Mario Galaxy, or whatever. Super Mario Galaxy movie comes out, and I kind of want to see that. Who's more annoying lately? Sabalenka, Swiatek, or Ostapenko? None of the above. No days off. Streak is at 79 now. I know what I've put myself into. Don't worry. At the end of this month, I am taking a week off. Easter week, I'm taking off. Who do you support, Demon or Tsitsipas? Demon. 100%. Demon. Eala's match is tomorrow. Ostapenko is always the annoying one. Ostapenko is great. We love Ostapenko. We love her. Yeah. Are we watching Rybakina? Probably not. Ostapenko is, yeah. Do you think other matches will get interrupted due to the darkness like Arnaldi's match? I'm not sure. They have lights, so some of the I don't know. Does all the courts have lights? I'm not sure. Are we watching Coco versus Parks? Hopefully. It depends on the schedule though. There's so many matches being crammed back to back that we gotta. I mean, there's matches. I wanted to watch so many more matches today. but the rain didn't allow it. I had a whole day planned, and I've had to throw out a bunch of matches that we weren't going to watch, that were going to watch, that didn't happen. You're going to take off the week between Monte Carlo and Miami. Hopefully. There's nothing on that week anyway. So I'm not missing anything. There's nothing happening, chat, so that you're not missing a thing. No big names are playing. Yeah. That week is a write-off. It always is, though. That week's never... that week's always uneventful is probably the word. I mean, Charleston's fun, but again, it's not like a must-watch. You're missing... You better watch out. Better not cry. Yeah, there's only a bunch of 250s, and then, yeah, Charleston's the only one that, like, kind of... That has, that obviously piques interest, but yeah. Other than that, it's usually a pretty quiet week before we hit the clay for real. Yeah, Bublik Berrettini are playing right now. All right, what we're going to do... we've still got like 30 minutes. God, today is just chat, this is a patience day. It's testing the patience today, I tell you. Miami is testing my patience. I don't know about you guys. It's definitely pushing the friendship. Really testing. It's a real patience testing tournament. We've got Alcaraz coming up in about 30 minutes. Just got to be patient. Yeah, it's really, really, really pushing the boundary. My phone is at 3%. Oh no. Get the charger. All right, but we got Alcaraz versus Fonseca, and that is the match we've all been waiting for, patiently waiting. It's starting an hour and 15 minutes later than expected, but we're going to watch it. The match that we were waiting for when the draw came out. Hopefully it lives up to the hype. Gauff wins. Takes out Cocciaretto from a set down, 3-6, 6-4, 6-3. And she is into the third round. Yeah, jump on over. We're going to watch Alcaraz and just keep talking until that starts.